Well, from a powerful hurricane in the Atlantic to a super typhoon in the Pacific, a lot of activity around the world. Bill Reed is the former director of the National Hurricane Center, and he joins me live from Texas. Bill, let me begin with Super Typhoon Mangkhut. It has already hit the Philippines. What can people there expect? Certainly people in the Philippines, no stranger to powerful storms.
Well, it was at the high end of a super typhoon when it made landfall earlier today. I'm afraid the coastal effects had to have been horrendous where it hit. I'm not familiar with what the population density in that particular part of northern Luzon it is, but with winds that strong and the potential for huge waves and storm surge right on the coast, it was probably devastating to the area of impact.
How unusual is it that once a storm hits land, it picks up speed? At least that's what the Philippines Weather Agency is saying. It's saying Mangkhut picked up speed after making landfall.
Well, what he was referring to was the forward speed of the storm itself. The weather pattern that it's embedded in is creating a stronger current, so that the storm's moving forward at a faster speed. It's actually losing intensity. It'll knock it down quite a bit crossing the mountainous terrain there, but the forecast is for it to regain major typhoon status once it gets out over the South China Sea.
And how bad is China going to get this?
Looks like where it makes landfall, which would be somewhere from the Hong Kong area southward, about a couple hundred kilometers is the current window of opportunity for where it would go. Easily having about 115 knots of wind, so that'd be a significant impact.
Let's move on to Hurricane Florence. Of course, a Category 1 storm now, but that does not make the storm any less dangerous. And part of the problem, from what our correspondent Sean Calebs was saying, is that it's going to linger over the Carolinas for days.
The cardinal rule of storms that aren't moving very fast is they create tremendous floods because the rain stays over the same general location for hours and maybe even days. We just experienced something like that last year with Hurricane Harvey and the 40 to 60 inches of rain in the Houston area. This storm is going to keep moving, so the swath of heavy rain from right now in easternmost North Carolina will move into the southern part of North Carolina and the northeast part of South Carolina, and rainfall of up to 3 meters is not unexpected.
And Bill, it's not just Florence, it's not just Typhoon Mangkhut. We're talking about Helene and Asieh also in the Atlantic, then 2 other additional systems also in the Atlantic. Then there's, I believe, Tropical Storm Olivia, not far from Hawaii. And then there's Tropical Storm Barijat, which is expected to pass through Hong Kong Wednesday. What in the world is going on? I mean, I know this is a very busy, active time for storms, but it seems even more active than usual.
Well, we've had these brief periods where everything's active in the tropics before, so it's not unprecedented. Most of the systems in the Atlantic are decaying right now, so it's going to be very quiet in about a week. I think everything we've been looking at will be no longer in existence. So we had this brief period of time where the conditions were just right at the peak of the season, and it acted like it's supposed to at the peak of the season.
All right, we'll leave it there. Bill Reed, thank you.